By 2026, the global economy won't look like it did in the last decade, and investors who don't understand why will fall behind. Today, I'm breaking down the real global economic outlook for 2026. Growth, inflation, and the biggest risks nobody is pricing in. This isn't fear-mongering. It is about understanding where the world economy is actually heading and how to think clearly when headlines are noisy. If you care about your financial future, this matters. The biggest story of 2026 isn't a collapse. It's divergence. The era of synchronized global growth is over. Developed economies will see slower trend-level growth, while emerging markets will be more dynamic but uneven. China is facing a structural slowdown, not a quick rebound. And the US, while resilient, is no longer immune. What does this mean? Capital will flow to areas of relative strength, so where you're invested will matter just as much as what you own. Now, let's talk inflation. It might cool down, but it's not going back to 2010 levels. Why? Deglobalization, the massive costs of the energy transition, aging populations, and high government debt are all structural drivers pushing prices up. The big mistake is thinking inflation is a problem we've solved. The reality is we're entering a higher for longer regime. This means real assets, things you can actually touch, will become more important than ever. So, what are the major risks? Forget one big crash. Think of multiple pressure points. In 2026, we need to watch for sovereign debt, stress, geopolitical fragmentation, and potential energy supply shocks. Central banks are trapped. If they cut rates too fast, inflation comes roaring back. If they hold rates high for too long, they kill economic growth. Policy won't be supportive, it will be reactive, making markets jumpy and sensitive to every headline. Volatility is the new normal. This isn't a doom scenario. It's a different playbook. The biggest edge in 2026 will be macro awareness without macro panic. You need to focus on companies with pricing power, understand their balance sheets, and diversify your investments globally. The world economy isn't breaking. It's restructuring. If you want clear long-term thinking instead of daily noise, subscribe for more content. Comment 2026 below if you want a follow-up video on how to build a portfolio for this new economic environment.